a selfless superstar from day one to the last minute of the national championship, playing through what he was doing when he had a lot on the line.
Yeah, we're extremely proud to be a part of Yaxel's journey. Obviously, it's not a normal route that he took, but he's grown so much, and he's given us. He gave us so much because he was all about the team, and even though the individual accolades and his performance increased, he stayed more committed to the team than ever.
You feel he etched himself in Michigan history?
I mean, I don't determine that, but I don't know how he couldn't. He's an All-American on a national champion. So,
Dusty, I know this past week you've been locked in, but being home, like you said, you've been locked in. But to have the support, what was going through your mind when you were cutting down the nets, knowing you did win a championship here in Indy?
It's a surreal moment. It doesn't feel real. It still doesn't feel real because, you watch this as a kid, and I go to bed early, so that staying up for one shiny moment, it's been a tough task for me over the years. To see that and think back of all the years that you want to be a part of something greater than yourself, and for this to come to fruition, it doesn't seem real.
When we talked earlier this week, the impact Mike Davis had on you and Bob Knight, what would they say to you right now?
Oh, I'll talk to Coach Davis tonight, I'm sure, or first thing tomorrow morning. He's someone that saw something in me. He saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and I learned a lot from him. And those are the people that I think of when I'm climbing that ladder because of what they did for me and my career and my family.
Dusty, you mentioned the people who've supported you. Ward didn't want to take credit for what you've done, but what has he meant to supporting you in the program and reaching the success so quickly?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Ward and Santa for giving me this opportunity. It was a low point of my head coaching career. There's a few low points. And one of them was after we got beat by Northwestern in the NCAA tournament, and especially the way we did it. And we're on the tarmac going home, and we're delayed, and we don't know when we're going to get home. And my agent called and said, Ward Manuel wants to meet with you at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And I felt like I did now, just exhausted. The season ends, and your body just wants to shut down, but it can't. And I said, I can't do it. I'm exhausted. We're going to get home at 3 a.m. And he calls back and he says, how about noon? And I said, no, I'm exhausted. I've got to process all this. And 2 minutes later, the phone rings and it says, how about 5 or 6? So I said 6 works, and I drove down to Fort Lauderdale. I had a great meeting with Ward. I believed in his vision, believed in his support, and it seems like a million moons ago, but very grateful for the opportunity that he gave me.
Dusty Adimara said it took him a couple months to get the joy for basketball back when he got here, and then Elliot was saying the same thing. He was really down. Can you just talk about what it feels like as a coach and really kind of as a father too, coaching your own kids to have to change that? That's
probably the best part. As a father, you want these guys to have the best experience of their life. This isn't just about winning this. To be honest, I feel better about their experience and how much joy they got from playing this game. I've said it repeatedly. They're playing a child's game. I'm coaching a child's game. And for the love to be taken away for whatever reason, it doesn't seem real or right. And so for those guys to share that joy of playing a game and being on a team is pretty rewarding.
Coach, what was the defensive plan tonight?
Well, it was obviously you've got to take away the three-point shot. We had to do a good job on Reed one-on-one because he's such a pivotal part of their offense, and he's an elite screener. So not much changed from what we normally do. When you're this late in the season, you've got to lean on your training and your habits and your connectivity, and our guys did that. They continue to cover for each other even when we make a mistake.
Gus, do you think Will and Amari and Roddy and your son have had time to reflect that this is yesterday was their last practice, their last team dinner, and today is going to be their last game?
Yeah, actually, on the practice court the other day, that was a moment where we just kind of sat at the table and said, well, this is the last time that they're going to be competing in practice for the University of Michigan. So yeah, I think all of these moments they've cherished them. And it's the same thing where those guys have, I've said it repeatedly, those guys have sacrificed more than anyone else. And for them to be rewarded with something like this is it's pretty special.
Dusty, this could have gone a way of all their star players out. He's injured. He couldn't have got through. I mean, he tried. But understandably, UConn was a team of destiny. Why wasn't that the story tonight as you step back now, an hour and a half after?
Well, it seemed like they were a team of destiny after they banked in the three and used all parts of the rim on some of those free throws. And what a great program UConn has built. They've sustained success. Coach Hurley's at the top of our profession, and for us to do it against them. But if you just rewind back to the Arizona game when Yaxel got hurt, you saw the power of the team. And our guys didn't bat an eye. They told Yax they had his back. No one ever pressured him to play. They probably discouraged him from playing. And he essentially said, as long as I'm healthy, as long as I can go, there's no way I'm not going to battle with you guys. And that's pretty special.
Dusty, what's the rest of your night looks like, and when's the last time you stayed up all night? And will you?
I have no idea. I've heard there's some type of reception. Fortunately, I have a great staff that manages all that other stuff because I'm pretty narrow-minded. So I'll go back, and my son Jack's in town. I'll needed some family time, and then go back and go downstairs and probably thank all the people that allowed this to happen and made it happen for us. I think media starts at 6:15 a.m., so I appreciate you guys for all that.
Congratulations, Coach. Thank you.
Will you relax tonight?
Yeah, I've got to. I'll go to my room and get a pizza and hang out with the boys for a little bit.
Have a pop or something?
Yeah, so I don't have anything, but hopefully somebody does.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.